that the state has underestimated the amount of money that they've spent on migrant health care, which is also sending our state budget into a $2.2 billion deficit.
And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know it helps us out a ton. And it only costs you not even a gram, just a little bit, just a little touch. Now, y'all, listen, I just have a question. Okay, today's video is all about Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, the quote welcoming city policy, otherwise known as sanctuary city policy, that he's implementing and perpetuating in Chicago. And my question is just why? It costs so much money. You take money from your constituents and you leave your jurisdiction in a budget deficit. And now Mayor Johnson is having to take a $800 million loan after spending $400 million to help migrants. He's having to take an $800 million loan. That's going to be $2.2 billion when they repay this loan. So his people are calling this a payday loan. He's having to take this loan in order to just cover the services of his city when he spent $400 million. Now, listen, I've always said I'm all for helping people, but you have to help your people first. Those are the people who put you in position, right? You help other people with the surplus. And then on top of all of that, due to these policies that he's perpetuating, he has to now go this week in a few days. And you know, we're going to be covering this. He's going to have to testify before Congress. And he is so shook about this that he is preparing with some of the Chicago elite politicians. And you're going to see that here in this news clip. Let's take a look.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is likely to face a much more hostile environment when he testifies before Congress than when he takes reporters' questions, as he did today.
Good morning, everyone.
Former Congressman Luis Gutierrez took part in hundreds of committee hearings during his 26 years on Capitol Hill.
I think the mayor is just too new and too ill-prepared to really go into this circus, because that is what it is going to be.
But the mayor's team is preparing him for his moment in the spotlight when he will be asked to defend Chicago's welcoming city ordinance, which prevents police from cooperating with ICE on immigration matters.
I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up for the people of Chicago, as I've always done. And I can't say I'm looking forward to it, but I will certainly say that when I get there, who I am is who I will remain.
Johnson says he has reached out to former Mayor Lori Lightfoot, former Education Secretary Arnie Duncan, as well as Congressman Danny Davis, seeking advice.
This is about Chicago. This is not about, Brandon Johnson. I am part of a long legacy of leaders in this city and this state that have stood up for working people. And that's essentially what I'm prepared to do on March 5th.
I don't know that Mayor Johnson's going to be able to get that message across, given that this is a circus that is set up and an ambush that they're ready. I don't know if he's ready for that ambush.
Gutierrez believes whatever Johnson says to Congress could be used against him and Chicago and could lead to federal funds being withheld. Mayor Johnson admitted today that he is not quite sure what to expect during next Wednesday's hearing, but one key advisor told me the goal is to mitigate any harm and not give congressional Republicans what they want.
So it's clear that this is a serious situation, and so he's putting himself at political risk and personal risk. I say personal because I believe that the people in Congress consider him to be breaking the law, or if not breaking the law, then at least coming so close that, that one sneeze and he'd be over the line. So he's putting himself at both political and personal risk. And it's all to help people who not only didn't vote for him, but could not vote for him. Again, I want to help people, but you have to help your people first. That's the whole idea of having a city. It's a group of people. A county, a state, a country. It's a group of people who band together to help one another to go forward. So now he has an approval rating among his people that is so low that you almost cannot register it. So check this out. Just take a look at this quick news clip on his approval rating and how he's borrowing money to help people who are not even constituents of his.
There is other news this morning. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, one of 4 sanctuary city mayors, testifying in Washington next week to defend their city's sanctuary policies. House Oversight Chair James Comer will lead the hearing and called the mayors out on X, writing, quote, "The pro-illegal alien mayors of Boston, Chicago, Denver, and New York City have implemented reckless illegal policies that shield criminal aliens from immigration enforcement and endanger public safety." Chicago resident Kata Truss is the director of the Community Roundtable, and she joins me now. Kata, right now, your mayor is below 7% approval rating. That is one of the lowest, if not the lowest, mayoral approval ratings in history. Who is he fighting for when the great people of Chicago have said time and time again that they do not want these sanctuary policies?
Well, he is fighting for the migrants. Those are the people that you see him standing up for. And that's right now who we feel like he's fighting for. Now, right now, Mayor Johnson is on this tour across the city of Chicago, primarily in Black communities, to try to win back the voters that he has lost. I don't think he's going to be able to do that, because as of yesterday, Mayor Johnson and City Council, we certainly don't want to put this on him, voted for another over $800 million bond that's going to cost the city over time $2.2 billion, which basically has contributed to sending our credit rating below national standards, which, is something that we don't want to see happen. And his excuse for that is, well, other mayors before me have done it. And just the stupidity of it all, when you're sitting back and you're looking and you're saying that, we elected you because we thought you were going to be different. We elected you because we thought you were going to be fiscally responsible. And this is not fiscally responsible. And even with the state of Illinois, the mismanagement continues. Right now, we see that the state has underestimated the amount of money that they've spent on migrant health care, which is also sending our state budget into a $2.2 billion deficit. So when you look at the money that is being spent, we have to say that not only in Chicago, but in the state of Illinois, the people are not the priority.
So can somebody explain this to me? Explain to me this whole obsession, y'all. I get helping people. I get having basic services. I get, look, Chicago, we're cold. We'll have some shelters. If you come into our city and even though you don't have documentation, even though you're not here legally, we're not going to let you freeze. We'll offer you basic meals. I get all that. Okay. So for those of you who are not for that level of basic humanity, I'm not with y'all. We're not going to let people freeze. Right. But trust me when I say that what they're doing is far and beyond that. It's schooling. It's food assistance beyond, say, for example, a pantry or a soup kitchen. We're talking about giving people cards where they can go shopping. You're going way beyond what I think is the basic level of charity that you should offer people. But I'd like to hear what y'all have to say. I know some of y'all probably disagree with me. Sometimes y'all give me tons of thumbs down because I express my opinions, but I'm going to express my opinion either way. So let me know what you think. What do you think is the reason that these politicians are going out on a limb and risking everything for this topic? Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. Stop right now, though. Share this video out. Let's get this video viral. Y'all have been doing a tremendous job helping me spread the word of the channel. We're over 100,000. It's all because of you. I super appreciate it. Hit the share button, put in somebody's WhatsApp, somebody's text message, phone number, somebody's Facebook, whatever. Share the video out. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. You know that I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see you back in the next one.